TPP is a labor union. We're joined today here by elected officials at all different levels, as well as a rapidly growing coalition of labor unions, environmentalists, consumer and democracy and public health organizations. We're here today to send a unified message of no to the TPP from New York City. This is job-killing, environment-polluting, consumer-gouging deal pass in the Congress. And this is the year that we're going to kill it off. So we're all in favor of trade, of course, but we want trade agreements that lift up standards, lift up wages, not destroy jobs and push people down, raising income inequality, ruining the environment, and gutting consumer protections. So we have one
Thank you to CWA for the extraordinary work you have done. You and your union have been at the forefront of the fight against TPP, and it's a fight we have to win, because this goes to the heart of the matter. If we're going to fight income inequality in this country, we have to fight TPP, because it will take us backwards, it will take us in the wrong direction. And there is such a powerful coalition that has come forward to make sure that our trade deals actually don't hurt our own people. That's what it's come down to. We care about good jobs, quality jobs that pay a decent wage. We care about the environment. We care about our small businesses. All of them could be compromised by the TPP. That's what it comes down to. That's why there's such passion on this issue. We feel that working people are threatened by the TPP. They're endangered by a policy that would just empower corporations more against the needs of working people. And there's such passion on this issue because we've already been to this movie. We saw NAFTA. We saw what a disaster NAFTA was. And we're not going to repeat that mistake in our time. Be simple about this. Be clear. We cannot sacrifice the American middle class to the almighty dollar. That's what it comes down to. We cannot sacrifice the American middle class to the almighty dollar. And NAFTA was that. NAFTA took away almost 1 million jobs in this country. Tens of thousands of them here in New York State. We saw places all over this country, towns and cities devastated. We saw people who had solid middle-class lives have the rug pulled out from under them. People who had done everything right, who had played by the rules, who had worked hard, suddenly were left with nothing. That's what NAFTA did. And we have every reason to believe that TPP will do the same. And that's why we have to stand up and fight against it. The policies of our country must attack income inequality, not aid and abet it. And TPP would simply make a bad situation worse. We won't stand for it, will we? We're going to work together to protect our families and our country. Thank you, and God bless all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ever since the first of these modern so-called free trade agreements in 1993, NAFTA, they have all been sold to the American people on the same propaganda. They will boost exports, they will increase jobs. The results have always been the same. Whether it was NAFTA or CAFTA or PNTR, the results have always been the same. Huge trade deficits. When we didn't have the trade deficit, now huge trade deficits, huge imports, and huge losses of jobs, especially manufacturing jobs. It was estimated that NAFTA has cost us between 700,000 and 1 million jobs net. PNTR probably cost us close to 5 million jobs. And now we're asked to do it again. As if we don't learn from experience. As if nobody learns. As if they can repeat the same propaganda over and over and over again and think that people will listen again and again and again. They tell us, you've got to be pro-trade. Free trade is pro-trade. Well, let me tell you a little secret. NAFTA was not a free trade agreement. This is not a free trade agreement. A free trade agreement would be 12 pages long. It would be a list of commodities and the date on which the tariffs would go to zero. That's a free trade agreement. These are thousands of pages long, these agreements. They're very carefully negotiated by the corporate interests who are at the table, not by the environmentalists who are not at the table, not by the representatives of the workers who are not at the table, not by the public who is not by the table. And whose interests do they serve? The interests of those at the table. It is a very good thing for major corporate interests that would like to export jobs from the United States and produce more cheaply abroad. It is a very bad thing for American workers and consumers and people who care about the environment.
Today we can say that TPP is on life support, and our job as members of Congress is to make sure that when they send it up to the House of Representatives, it's dead on arrival.